This week on LCARA Ham Radio, we are taking our equipment out on the road again. Another 5K at the local Alton Blakely Ford dealership. This 5K will allow us to test our equipment and set up remote stations along the route to make sure that we don't have any issues health-wise or otherwise. Come along as we go out to the 5K run this week on LCARA Ham Radio. So as you can see, we have already set up the emergency communications trailer. That's our 2-meter antenna, Comet GP3, and it'll have no problem getting into the repeater from this location. And we also have everybody here, as you can see, almost everybody. I believe Chris is behind the camera here, just kind of showing the overall setup. There's going to be the finish line, and you can see the timer, the clock there on the left. And they have a really good 5K here at the Ford dealership. Trailer has to be pulled, it has to be disconnected, set up, and powered. And all of that's been done by this point. And you can see the sun is just starting to come up over the trees. But we do a really good job with these 5Ks, and Mike stays very organized for this, and we know where everybody's going to be and who's going to be at each remote station. Here we're inside the Ford dealership, just showing a few folks milling around. The dealership is open, so if they want to sell a vehicle, they still can. But I like this shot coming out of the doors because you can actually see that inflatable finish line. I think that's pretty cool. The participants are starting to get ready. We have young kids all the way up to older folks and professional walkers as well. This is one of the side-by-sides that will be used during the event, and Chris will be in one of these as he was designated the Rover, and the Rover is a side-by-side that can be anywhere on the race if there happens to be some kind of emergency. See the other one just across the way there. And for the most part, as you can see, they've got most of the participants ready to go, about 19 minutes to go, and then the race will commence. And once the race commences, we'll go ahead and just kind of let things happen and less of a narration over that. But they do at least a couple of runs that I'm aware of here at the Ford dealership.
Share their facilities with us. The center has a pretty good size meeting going on right now. The course is not closed. We do have, thankfully, for the police department, they help us as far as safety. A lot of these roadways that intersect with our route, but it's not a closed course, so please be careful, especially as we go through the center. So there's a lot of cars over there.
And it's at this point in Chris's Rover vehicle that we can actually see people already coming back towards him. These are folks that have already run halfway along the course and are on their way back. But you can also see the walkers here that are just happy to be out there participating here, bringing up the rear. But they're already waving at the folks that are competitive and heading back. As you can see here, Chris's Rover vehicle is stopped, and they'll do this through at different points in the race at times. But again, the Rover vehicle is very important. They can check in at various stations that we have set up. There are other amateur radio operators, as we'll see towards the end of the video, at different points at the race, letting net control know when the racers are coming through and when the last racer or walker comes through. That's also very important, because we need to make sure that we account for everybody that's out on the course. This is Somerset Community College that we're running through here, and got to look at a couple of the buildings there on the left, but this is on the back side, on the airport side of the college. And here we are back at the dealership, and some of the racers have already finished at this point, so you can start to see some of those shirts have already started to line up. There's food, breakfast, beverages, and so forth, mostly water, of course. And here, towards the end of the race, they're also letting them know that they had some leftover t-shirts, so they can go get a t-shirt if they haven't gotten one already. Here's Ron in for RLS at his remote station, Howard behind the camera. You can see Ron's got his tripod and antenna up so that he can get into net control with no problems. Ron has done this sort of thing for years and years and years in California, and now he's bringing some of that expertise to Lake Cumberland Amateur Radio Association. Beautiful day for the race, as you can see. It's a little cool, but that's what the runners like.
Hey, buddy, you're doing good.
You got it. Come on, you got it. You're halfway done. Halfway done. Come back at this.
Another great event in the books as we pan across the crowd that has finished the race. We enjoy getting the emergency communications trailer out and providing communications for these types of events. We are an integral part of the race in that we're making sure that if anything were to happen anywhere along the course, that it can be radioed in almost immediately. And although there is a police presence at some of the roads, not along the entire course. So in case we had a health event or otherwise, we're there just in case. And as we pan over the plaques here for those winners and finishers, get your club out and utilize these types of events to practice your equipment, practice utilizing your equipment, and so forth. For the Lake Cumberland Amateur Radio Association, I'm KY4 BDP Brian. Enjoy the video, like and subscribe, and we'll see you down the road.